Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying time is here, and we are at the Fright House! I almost said Frat House, which is kind of similar. We have Leaders of the Pack versus Super Cuddle Squad. This is Leaders of the Pack, and the crowd is wild and crazy, a bit like a frat house would be, so I guess we could call it either one. They are actually goblins, and there's a lot of orcs, and you can see trolls and dwarves back there. So they are really ready for some blood bowl here, some blood mayhem. And here is a pirate who's ready to give it to them. It looks like he had some cannonballs there. So here we have Super Cuddle Squad. They are the visiting team, a bunch of Lizardmen. They are not intimidated by all of that blood mayhem desire from the crowds of frat boys and sorority girls, and there's some goblins back there too. And here it looks like they picked up a goblin along the way with a chainsaw. You're going, yeah, okay, you can join us. We'll have you on our team. Alright, and so, yeah, with each of them having a mercenary from the among the goblins. Ooh, I like that freeze frame on the ref there. Alright, looks like we are going to get ready for this game, and everything seems to be freezing up here a bit. Oh, there we go, alright. Cool, so the Lizardmen team, they are setting up much the same way they oftentimes do. They're going to put some of their heavier guys at the front, and lighter ones in the back to get the ball so that the heavier ones can blast away for them. Interesting, they have like 3 heavy ones in the front, 3 in the middle, and then all of their skinks in the back. Is it okay to call them skinks anymore? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the small ones in the back with Finny Fin taking up the rear, as he oftentimes does. Alright, and then the goblins are all setting up. And in a more chaotic fashion, it seems, which seems about right for, goblins. But it seems like the camera is having a little bit of difficulty getting things going, and everything's just very rough here. Let's see if we switch the view, how that's going to do. It's having trouble even doing that. Frame is moving. Okay, here we go. Everything's starting to get moving a little bit. Maybe it just needed to feed itself up a little bit better. Alright. Camera speeding up to get us back into this game. We may actually have a game here. Alright. After a little bit of a delay, the ball's going up. And we have a pitch invasion. Oh, with all of the Lizardmen just going down. Wow. Well, it makes sense. The goblins just do not like the visiting team, so they just came down, raided the field, and knocked down all the Lizardmen so that their own home team goblins have more of a chance here. Handoff to Richard Stickson. Goblin on the side, not goblin, the troll on the side is going to be really stupid, not move anywhere, but it's okay because, wow, that's how many are down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players are down. And I'm just trying to picture how the goblin did that. We didn't see it happening. But, nevertheless, the goblin somehow took down all those guys. I'm just curious how the little goblins took down all those guys. I'll never see it. Oh, and it looks like Finny Fin in the back was knocked down too. So, this has been some really bad luck it's just a really bad start for the Super Cuddle Squad Lizardmen. They're just having a bad time. Alright, so, goblins moving up. Gonna try to guard any of these skinks here to say, don't go running after the runner. Oh, and they're gonna trample on one of them because, of course, if they're getting away with so much, obviously the refs are gonna let them get away with a lot. Alright. Oh, but one of them is getting called off, and they're gonna try to pay him, and the referee has accepted the bribe. Okay, so, gonna be able to keep on moving. Oh, and they're just gonna run forward with the bomber. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, that is of course, that's the goblins running up to here. I was looking from the wrong side of the field. Alright, Lizardmen probably none too happy at the rude greeting they've had. They never get this sort of treatment back home. And who's that coming in for the tackle? Little Snuggler coming in for the tackle. He's gonna snuggle with him. He's gonna snuggle with Richard Stickson. Oh, goes twirling off to the side like that. More of them gonna come up, but yeah, they can't quite take him down. So, the Lizardmen are in a little bit of trouble here. But they're getting help from the stupidity of the troll, who can't do his blitz action, but Richard Dixon bouncing into the touchdown! Touchdown Lizardmen. That is the fastest I have ever seen... No, not Lizardmen. Touchdown Leaders of the Pack. I have never seen Goblins score that quickly before. And here they have their dwarf cheerleaders. It's funny for dwarves to be... cheering for the goblins there, but I guess these goblins have settled their differences with the neighboring dwarves in the mountains. And the referee was going to send off some of the players, but he's accepting the bribe, and they're going to just continue to play. So we get to see more from which player? Oh, from what was it? Barbara Thinken? Oh wait, Brabraham Thinken. So we haven't seen the last of Brabraham Thinken. I don't know that he does a lot of thinking though. I mean, it kind of look, or is it Thunken? No, Thinken. I think it'd be Thunken would be more appropriate. All right, so it looks like Goblins now on the defense are going to have that chaotic kind of placement as usual. Although it looks like they have two bombers. Oh no, just the one. The Croco Bomber. And then over here, you've got line of, once again, the line of strong ones in the front. But although they're much closer, more in the front, they don't really have, much stronger on the right side than the left. You can see they even put their star player over here. Sort of away from people, though. He's not really up where he can attack a lot of other players. They had a little bit of, he can't really attack a lot of enemy players. Oh, but since they had a little bit of being able to push forward, he is going to be able to go up and chop down a tree. That is a goblin holiday here. Instead of Arbor Day, it is sort of an anti-Arbor Day. They decide to go out and chop down a tree. So Helmut has taken down Richard Dixon, and now Little Licker has gotten the ball and is running up the right side and is getting his cage full of Sauruses. Cage full of Sauruses. I think I had one of those in grade school. It was a science project. And this is interesting. The Super Snuggle Squad has not been afraid to make attacks uphill. Usually you see those red dice, you avoid them, but they have some guts. And they have been playing with those, not worrying about it, and just going ahead. And now Gorge Washington has been stunned. They're pushing through that center. They have a clean road to the right, especially with Richard Dixon being stunned. So they're going to be able to run by him before he gets up. Saurus is all around just taking down any of the goblins. The goblins do have a number of backfielders, again, in a very chaotic fashion. You can see that they're not really in much of any order. And they have a lot of their Lizardmen over there on that side. They're not going to allow a lousy little pitch invasion at the beginning to stop them. So there's Ratsit being very gutsy, just running right up to Helmut with the chainsaw. Last time I ran up to a Lizardman with a chainsaw, I lost a couple limbs. Oh, and here comes the pass of one of the bombs. And the Croco Bomber goes down. Surprised the bomb didn't go off in his pack and just blow up everything. Now the leaders of the pack have managed to get a little bit in front of them, but they are right in front of literally touching where the Lizardmen are, and so they're going to be able to knock them out of the way, especially with... Oh! I'm surprised, actually. Oh, man, was a Helmet went back to take down the Fanatic and managed to take him down with the chainsaw instead of the one who was right in front of him. That's actually somewhat of a surprise, but I guess it's understandable. He wanted to get rid of the guy with the ball and chain. I mean, you don't want a ball and chain swinging around you very much, so did that instead of clearing the way forward. They're a bit patient right now. They do have quite a few turns to make this touchdown. Oh, and the ground is slippery for the Lizardmen. But and on the reroll, still can't make it. That was, that was a little bit of a surprise, although I'm not 100% certain where that guy was going, unless they're trying, considering making a switch over to the left. Anyway, Goblins are going to... Maybe they might need it, because the Goblins are starting to surround them, getting in all around them there. They aren't leaving much space, so, of course, the Lizardmen can just simply make attacks without having to worry about, you know, the single blitz limit. Oh, and here, Donald Thump is picking up one of the other Goblins, is giving him a toss, and just basically threw him straight into the air, who thought that he was like a little kid just wanting to have a ride into the sky. He's like, here... Fly, little fella, fly, whee! It's fun! Oh, and Richard Sixon gets himself knocked down. That's what happens when you go right into a Saurus. But, you know, it was probably the right move not to go for the reroll, seeing as he is now a roadblock. He doesn't have any zone control, but he is going to actually, you know, stop them from going through that space. And there goes, oh, the Goblin they picked up along the road. His hand slipped with the chainsaw, came right down on him. I think he was trying to juggle with the thing, and now he's just a burn mark in the grass. That is some bad luck for the Lizardmen. They are having really bad luck this turn. You know, God luck is just not on their side. I know there's a name for the God of Luck, and I can't think of it right now. Deal with it. And here they, they're gonna put a line. I'm actually surprised the bomber didn't throw any bombs, but I guess he needed to get in close, and so they're going to create a line there. Did a blitz, took down just one of the skinks, and at this point, actually, time is starting to work against the Snuggle Squad, the Super Snuggle Squad. They're going to try to push them out of the way, and they need to start trying to make some headway along that field. And they do keep dealing with this other side. I noticed they've took some of their people over, moved over here. They apparently know something I don't about those trolls, so they really are insistent on taking them down instead of spending time pushing down that field. Maybe it's that they still want to run down the clock a little bit. And they're going to knock one of them out of the way here. I mean, it could be that they want to run down the clock because they saw how quickly Leaders of the Pack scored, and they don't want them to score that quickly then again at the end of this half. So they're basically giving it a little time to get down this field. And both Richard Sixon and Huggle something have gone down. Apparently they ran into each other. Huggle Bay? Yeah, Huggle Bay. Oh, Bay. Oh, I'm surprised, actually. They didn't use the blitz here. They could have gone after him. Oh, but they have a better plan. The bomb's going into that, but it gets caught by Little Tickler, who then tosses it. Oh, but cannot throw it at anybody, and it explodes in his face, taking down Richard Sixon and injuring him. While Little Tickler, meanwhile, just fell down, even though he was holding the bomb. Yes, that is apparently how explosives work. Huggle Bay is... Oh, and Huggle Bay's been injured by the explosion as well. So it did take a couple of them down, and that is actually kind of a hit for Super Cuddle Squad, because that is one of their stronger players. But now it goes to Super Cuddle Squad, who rolls double skulls. They are just having no luck here. They use their last reroll to push their way to push Teddy Nosefelt out of the way, knock him unconscious. They might make it so that Leaders of the Pack don't have a lot of players in the second half. They're certainly not going to be able to have the cheating players in the second half. I think that they're out of bribes. And now the field is open, and Little Tickler goes in for the touchdown. The score is tied. Oh, sorry, Little Licker instead of Little Tickler. I get those two mixed up. You know, all Lizardmen look the same to me. Deal with it. And here we go with the Lizardmen cheerleaders. They look very human. Alright, so let's see who they're all going to get back. Well, we have the dead and the injured and those who have been called out. And looks like the Leaders of the Pack are going to get their player back who is unconscious. And Super Cuddle Squad doesn't have anybody coming back. I don't think they need to. But Croco Bomber is sent off. They have no more bribes left. And so they're going to have to deal without their cheating players now. Although they still have Gerald Sword, who's the loony, with the chainsaw on their side. So, Lizardmen won't have their chainsaw anymore. The Leaders of the Pack, the Goblins do. It looks like they're setting up less chaotic this time. They kind of learned from their lesson from before. They're playing defense, so they're going to cover the sides and run up that center, looks like. Oh, no, they're playing offense, of course. Here we go. High kick, so the Richard Sixon's going to get under it. I'm just looking here at the play here. Oh, okay, so it looks like Leaders of the Pack put their loony with the chainsaw right there in the center, so probably going to try to push through the center. Went into the hands of Richard Sixon and then right back out, and so he's going to have to re-pick it up, but the leaders of the pack sending their goblins forward on the right. Not quite sure. Oh, it looks like it looks like he's going way out to the open. Teddy Nosefelt going out to be open for a pass, while Ratzil is going to try to stop the Lizardmen from going back and being able to intercept them. And Richard Sixon trying to pick up, cannot get that ball. It is a little bit far down for him, and he still can't get it. The pogo stick is just too much in the way. He's too far in the sky, and he just fails to pick it up, and without them even being able to try to push through the center. And so now the Super Cuddle Squad is going to come back at them, start knocking them around right there in that center. And they're going to also knock out the runners on the side. Ratsit is dead. Do they have an apothecary to go and save him? Player is dead. Ratsit is out of this. He's one of them that wasn't named after a president in that alternate world, so they're just not even going to try to save him. That guy is gone. Tried to protect his runner. Hopefully he did not die in vain. Hopefully, Richard Sixon's going to be able to get the ball and throw it to Teddy Nosefelt, so that Ratsit did not die in vain. However, you see that they only have a couple turns left. In fact, Goblins will only have one more turn. Donald Thump is KO'd, something I think a lot of people would like to do. And coming in for the blitz over here to, who is this? Game's Eye Punk. Game's Eye Poke is KO'd. But it took Huggleby Hugglebay to get stunned. Alright, let's see if Richard Sixon can get this ball, get the ball into the hands of... I now see why they were doing what they're doing. This is kind of one of those long bomb or Hail Mary situations where it's the only chance to get a touchdown during this half. He's going to give it a try. Going to go for it just a little bit. Toss it to his player, and having difficulty throwing it with the re-roll. He's going to bobble the ball a little bit. Throws it again. Manages to catch it, and runs in for the touchdown, and Nosefelt! Teddy Nosefelt in for the touchdown at the last play of the game. Wow, so Ratsit did not die in vain. He did that for him, and now, oh, look at those dwarves. They are excited for their goblin friends. They're just going off on that hill. I think the thing is that they're probably just too drunk to see that they're goblins. They probably think that they're all, fellow dwarves. Just the green dwarves, and they don't want to be racist. So, we got a couple of people coming in for one more play in this half. Just watch for Super Cuddle Squad to angrily just beat down as many goblins as they can. Kill as many as they can, but Gerald's sword is taken off, and so the Goblins don't have a lot of players left, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that is common in a Blood Bowl game where you just have fewer and fewer players. So watch Super Cuddle Squad in that second half. They're going to probably try to reduce those numbers here in this last play, and then they're going to come back in the second half, hoping that there just aren't many players left. And with the blitz, the Goblins just keep having a lot of luck here, so they're going to have a blitz action to be able to go in, but they're instead going, nope, we're getting out of here. We just don't want them to kill any more of our guys. So, yeah, no thank you. We'll move out of here. They're going to go ahead and sacrifice Alexander Slamilton, Gorge Washington, and Donald Thump, because why wouldn't you? Alright, everybody's going to move back, get out of the way, and let the trolls and Alexander take the hits. And here goes a hit into Alexander Slamilton. He mercifully only gets a pushback, but he's still going to get a blitz on him, and he's going to dodge out of the way of that. So Alexander Slamilton is going to survive. I'm actually surprised they didn't push him into the big guy. But the big guy already has something going on. He's going right after Gorge Washington. Not going to kill him, just going to knock him back. Not even going to knock him unconscious. And going in for one more hit here on Donald Thump. And just going to push him back. You can't hurt me. Just don't do anything to me. I'm fine. I'm the best. I'm the best at not getting hit. And with that terrible disappointment, that will end the half. We have 2-1 leaders of the pack as we go into halftime. So let's go to our halftime correspondent, Howard Cosell. Howard? Hello everybody and welcome to the halftime catch-up for the Coronabowl. The one league not cancelled this year because lack of social distancing is part of the game. We call it Corona Roulette. I see that 19 people have gone down already. Okay, let's take a look at the other games this round. At Nefertitihi, the fabulous Fingerbones faces off against the superb Stabby Scabby. Fingerbones starts with the ball and takes it to the far left, even further left than Bernie Sanders. But Stabby Scabby doesn't like healthcare for everyone, and they send a Beastman to stop him. Crazy Horn stops Brainstalker just short of the end zone, but Cranium Gobbler scoops it up and runs it in for the TD. Stabby Scabby gets the ball and runs it to the right, further even than Ted Cruz, who's busy mud wrestling Ron Perlman. The undead break into their chamber, though, and steal the ball. Then Argyle the Orator picks it up and runs for another TD, but isn't able to make it. Stabby gets another chance in the second half, but they get stalled at the midway point and are unable to get through the undead horde, and Fingerbones goes back to the graveyard with the victory. On to another undead stadium, that of Beyond Dead, where the necromantic Never Tomorrow takes on the back-breaking Bartertown Beastmen. The Beastmen start with the ball and run up the left. This undead horde is unable to stop the horny beasts, and they plow slowly down the field until they make the TD on the last play of the half. In the second half, Never Tomorrow seeks to answer back, but the Beastmen blitz early and get right into the undead's faces. Or skulls. Collinslinger manages to get the ball and tries to run left, but is interrupted by Tauntaun Tattoo, who knocks the ball out of his hands, and Master Blaster 2 is able to run it for the TD. Never Tomorrow gets one more try, and Collinslinger, that madman of Madagascar who died in an insane asylum only to come back as a Blood Bowl player, makes it almost all the way to the end zone, but is stopped by the original Master Blaster.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
The game ends 0-2 Bartertown. Then we go to the drainage basement, where the salivating sewer water Sallies are taking on the thoroughly thoughtless Throat Rip. The ball begins in the hands of Throat Rip. They beat up the front line and beat the players while they're down. With the way cleared, Tokmar makes his move, tripping as he goes and forcing the re-roll. The Skaven block their path, and they're forced to go to the center, where Tokmar again trips and forces a re-roll. The Sallies form a line, forcing the Orcs to shift to the left again, and again Tokmar trips. They have no more re-rolls, so he somersaults to the ground, and the ball goes loose. Salacious picks it up and slips past the Orcs on the right, running it back for a touchdown. 1-0 Sewer Water Sallies. The ball returns to the Orcs, who take it to the left. With only a little bit of time left, the Sallies don't think they have a lot to worry about. But they're surprised by Bogbang, who rolls into Salacious, knocking him out of the way, and runs into the end zone. And Tokmar throws it into him for the TD. It's all tied up and seems to be the end of the half. But wait, with one turn left, Sewer Water Sallies have a trick up their sleeve. After the kickoff, Spot throws it to Salacious, who has been making a point to not skip leg day. Riddler pushes Rick Gish out of the way, and Salacious runs it all the way! One-turn touchdown! But it's not all sunshine and roses for the Ratmen. They start the second half short 3 players, including their Rat Ogre. The Orcs have been beating them up, and continue to do so as they run down the center. There is little the Skaven can do, but then Tokmar makes the mistake of thinking he's an elf, and he tries to throw a long bomb, failing miserably. Spot of the Skaven picks it up and passes the ball to Beethoven, who runs to the other side of the field. The Orcs then stop him, and the ball bounces into the hands of Morkram from Orkram. Logan takes him down, and the ball bounces into center field, where Patches picks it up and runs, and it looks like another TD, but he's stopped just short by Rick Gash. Bogbang, the Goblin King, scoops it up and throws it to Tokmar, and what looks like it'll be the miracle in the drainage basement, Tokmar runs it down to Ugroth. But Ugroth's fingers were in his nostrils, and he doesn't pull them out in time to catch the ball. And that ends the game 2-1 in favor of the Sewer Water Sallies. And finally, we have the Blazing Marauders versus the Pygmy All-Stars, which we would love to show you, but the control room accidentally taped over it with reruns of Happy Days. Ain't that just a kick in the crotch? But we do have some good news to show you. Jamie Ball was at the game. Look at how much fun she's having. Okay, back to you in the booth. And we're back from the half. We have a lot of dead enemies. Actually, not as many as you might think in a game like this. However, the leaders of the pack are whittled down. They are ahead right now, 2-1. But they don't have as many players as Super Cuddle Squad. And apparently we have the lens cap on the camera right now. The Goblins at the running the camera don't quite know that you're supposed to take the lens cap off after you come back from the second half. We'll give them a call here to find out. Here, just one. Yes, you got the lens cap on the thing. Yeah, we can't see a thing. Oh, that's somebody's butt. Okay, thank you for taking the butt off. Okay, here we go. It is getting kicked to the Super Cuddle Squad. There is a riot, which, again, you'd expect from a Goblin Stadium. Not too much of a surprise. And Super Cuddle Squad's going to start pushing through the middle. They are a little bit heavier to the right there. For some reason, the ball got kicked over to the right where they are strong. So they're going to start pushing through that center area and try to make themselves a little bit of a gap there. Oh, and they are going to do their blitz action on Richard Sixon. It looks like the leaders of the pack are a little bit chaotically placed once again. Once again, to be expected from the Goblins, but I thought they had learned, but apparently not. And apparently they are learning. They are benefiting from their lack of learning. All right, way over on the other side, they're just sort of pushing across some of them, so they're all on the far side. So it's going to be harder for them to get to. Let's see how many Goblins there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Goblins and 2 Trolls, meaning they have 8 players against. I think the Super Cuddle Squad still has a full field, but they're not going to do too much if they can't get the ball. That was Little Snuggler, could not pick up the ball, and giving the Goblins a little bit of a chance to start rushing in there. Richard Sixon tried to go in, but is knocked down. They are not going to use one of their re-rolls yet. By the way, we have all the re-rolls back. The what do you call it? The leaders of the pack have 4 re-rolls. Super Cuddle Squad has 3. Speaking of Super Cuddle Squad, they are moving forward, and they can't even do a handoff. Their luck is just, I don't know what the luck just has against Lizardmen, but for some reason in this and in other competitions, Lizardmen always have had the worst luck. I guess it is not the luck is not in their genes, apparently. Anyway, let's see who has the ball. Finny Fin has the ball, and Mr. Cuddlebutt is knocking over Teddy Nosefelt, who got the touchdown before. A little bit of revenge there. And knocking around the one Goblin Cylinder, and Alexander Slamilton, just slamming Slamilton around there. He's kind of used to it, I think. I think he's just getting... I think that sometimes the Goblins train by just being beaten around by the Trolls. They just kind of get into a mosh pit, and the Trolls kind of smack them around from one place to another. They get themselves ready, get themselves used to that. So they're ready for these Sauruses giving them a beating. Alright, and Snugglebutt gonna continue to get the Goblins over on the far side out of the way. They are pretty much out of being any threat. Oh, but in the center, Vragag is not going to have any of it. Kicks the skink who's coming at him in the face, and now it goes to the leaders of the pack. They're going to get themselves... Oh, he goes jumping over the side, or over in front of the runner. Did a gymnastics kind of feat there. And looks like the Troll is picking up. Gorge Washington was picking up one of the Goblins, threw him in the way. Vragag did not land very well. He is apparently not as good of a gymnast as Richard Sixon. But now Goblins do what Goblins do best. They smash. They smash Little Tickler, knocking him unconscious. Get it. So basically now what they really are needing to do is just even the numbers by knocking out a bunch of the Lizardman team. Alright. Mr. Tickles going in to tickle Teddy Nosefelt. That just sounded wrong. Oh, and speaking of tickling, and the gymnastics team gets knocked back. And if you got that joke, I am very, very sorry. Now, the leaders of the pack have lost yet another player to being unconscious. Looks like, well, right now they only have 2 goblins still standing and 2 trolls, but doesn't really matter because Lock of Despair is not running for the touchdown. That is, Finny Fin is running for the touchdown, and he's not even he could go for it, but why go for it when you pretty much have it free and clear? The goblins are not going to be able to catch up with you. And you get more time to start punching Donald Thump. And again, why wouldn't you? If you have, if you can create more time to knock around Donald Thump, I mean, why not? And gonna try to take down Gorge Washington. Doesn't knock him unconscious or stun him or anything, but doesn't need to. It does not look like they're going to be able to make it. Basically, the Goblins just, at this point, need to put some pressure on them, make them make the touchdown so that they can hopefully go catch up with them. They are going to roll uphill, but they have a sidestep, so they're going to move closer to the touchdown. Although they have a strip ball, and it comes out of Finny Fin's hands into the touchdown, so it is sitting there loose right now. You would think, okay, well, they'll just run in and get it, but they have not been good at picking up the ball recently. So, alright, they've knocked him out of the way, but will Finny Fin be able to pick up this ball, or will it go wild again? The Lizardmen are not taking a chance. They are getting themselves set up, ready for that eventuality, and they're going ahead and just knocking around. Oh, they're going to re-roll that because they want to make this touchdown this turn, or at least have a chance to. So Mr. Tickles is just going to knock Teddy Nosefelt out of the way, make sure they can't get the ball. Oh, and there, somebody tried to make a run. Big Snug tried to make a run for it, but they've already used the re-roll, so he goes falling down, and so that ball's going to remain loose out there. He got injured. He's going to have to miss the next game, but that ball remains loose. The Super Snuggle Squad is not going to be able to make the touchdown this turn. They're going to have to wait until next, and even then, will they be able to, or will the leaders of the pack be able to manage to pick that ball up? Well, it looks like they're going to go in for a blitz action, get it with a re-roll. Oh, and he's going to sidestep almost right into the way. He does not want to go into that into the ball, and they pick it up. The leaders of the pack have the ball now. Games I Poke has the ball. Gorge Washington is going to pick up one of his players, try to throw him out there to give him protection. They cannot make it, but Snippet. All right, so Snippet is stunned. However, they do get Alexander Slamilton back there. Alexander Slamilton's been really effective this game. He's going there to protect his buddy, but he's just not enough. Games I Poke is going to get hit by Huggleby right into the right into the crowd, and they don't care that he's a fellow Lizardman. They're going to kick him around a bunch because it's fun. But the ball does go flying back. They are not able to catch it because they are Lizardmen, apparently unable to catch anything, apparently unable to have any luck. Finny Fin does not manage to get that ball, and just out of pure angle. Wait a minute, which one is Finny Fin? That's Finny Fin. Wait. I'm losing track of who's who. That's Finny Fin. Who's that over there? Little Tickler. Okay, well, Little Tickler was not able to pick up the ball, but now he will be able to. That is one of their best players. He's going to run into... Oh, he's going to go all the way for the touchdown! What is his name again? Little Licker. I keep wanting to call him Little Tickler. Little Licker in for the touchdown, despite a lot of problems and a total detour. He manages to get in to the end zone. Oh, red hair. Okay, so, sorry, I was paying attention to lizard women. And look at all those dead and injured. The leaders of the pack are going to try to come back and maybe get ahead again, but they don't have much of a chance here with so few players, and it looked like Super Cuddle Squad got their player back, and so you're going to have a full side of Lizardmen versus how many goblins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goblins, 2 trolls, so a team of 7 players against, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost a full team of Lizardmen. This, actually, the Goblin crowd is definitely getting what they wanted because they love blood, they love to see a lot of people. Oh, now a pitch invasion, 2 center guys, must have been just stones coming, maybe somebody shot from here, went straight through there, hit those 2 guys, maybe went through one of them, hit the other one. And now Leaders of the Pack are going to go ahead and try to get that ball. I mean, these little guys, never count them out. They, they're just the fact that they joined this competition with all these big guys. And here we go with reroll goes bad for George Washington, and what is his name? Gameside Poke, who has the ball, is not very well protected, and so you might see Lizardman run in here and get that ball and run in for another touchdown. So here we have going in. Oh, but he cannot stay on his feet. And they have no rerolls. Everybody's used their rerolls because just so many bad rolls. They've been needing to reuse them. So he was doing going for it, trying to take out Gameside Poke so they could get a touchdown. Wasn't able to make it. Just no luck on their side. The dice do not like Lizardmen, apparently. I think that's going to be the shirt they sell here. And once again, those, the Goblins are going to go for this touchdown. They are never counted out. Oh, but and as they try to go for it, Snippet is knocked down. And not unconscious, but definitely stunned, out of it for a little while. So Lizardmen on their last turn are going to go ahead and try to take down Gameside Poke. They're not going to be able to go in for a touchdown, but they are at least going to try to take him down. And with a Saurus, I think they have the dice to do it. No, it is with a dodge, and the Goblins are able to dodge that sort of thing. It is a good thing that they put Little Snuggler there to keep an eye on him, keep him honest, and, you know, asking a Goblin to keep honest is, well, that's, oh yeah, and there you have them blocking the way completely. There's just a whole line of them. Gameside Poke is not going to be able to get through there. He's going to have to get it to Teddy Nosefelt, and I don't know if Teddy Nosefelt can quite make it into the end zone. But these guys are crafty. They're going to try for something. They just when you think they're down, they step on somebody's belly. So they're going to just go ahead, and I'm not quite sure why they're attacking people here on this last turn. No real point to it. Oh, but what is his name? Bragag is going to just run down, and they're going to pass the ball to him just so they can say they got it close to the end zone. Ball is caught. He's not going to be able to get it in for a touchdown, but hey, that's once again the spirit of the Goblins. Just, we are never defeated. We like to do this. The camera just stayed on him because it was like, that was really amazing. I don't care what else is happening, even if someone's getting killed. So there you go. There you got it. It looks like the Leaders of the Pack, they're going to give their MVP to their the mercenary, basically, that they got, their star player. So they're not really going to get the SPP from that. And I'm not sure exactly why, because he didn't really accomplish very much. I would have given it to one of several different players. But, I mean, kudos to them. Even though they only tied, they didn't win, for just really never giving up and continuing to push forward despite being overwhelmed and outnumbered. And same with Super Cuddle Squad. They've just had horrible luck, but they just kept pushing through, kept going on, and managed to get to the end of that game with a lot of players. Here you got Huggle Bay, which, yeah, he was actually a pretty good player throughout this whole thing, so that makes a bit more sense for him to be the MVP on their side. Alright, so here we go with, these are your statistics. And with the SPP, it looks like this one, Leaders of the Pack, are going to be able to get, for once, they're actually going to get a lot more SPP. Usually they don't have very much at all. Super Cuddle Squad, going to have a little bit there. And there's your dice rolls for everybody who is really obsessive. You can pause on any of that. Well, that'll do it for us here. The game ends tied 2-2. We only had one death, but I think the crowd enjoyed it anyway. We hope you're enjoying it, and be sure to subscribe to see us through to the very end. Find out who comes out on top. Happy gaming, everybody. Howard Cosell here to remind you to make Nuffle happy and press that like button below. Go ahead and thumb us, we like that sort of thing. Also subscribe to see more nonsense and tell all your friends about how great this show is. And finally, tell us what you thought of the game and what the teams should have done differently. Until next time, happy gaming everybody!